Welcome to School of Fab, code 806. I am Alan, and we are back on Junebug, trying to get this thing knocked out. I was going to work on it yesterday. I had to work on my other project. You know how it goes. So let's make some goals for today. The goal for today is let's knock out the sheet metal on the driver's side like we did the passenger side, so we can cut the door back open and get it to swing open and close very nicely. If we can get to that point, and then we can get started on the rockers, which would be super cool to get started on the rockers, because I already got some ideas. I just can't wait to put them on paper and see what it's going to look like. Third thing I'm thinking about already, because you know your mind has to think forward, is I'm thinking about this back. I'm probably looking about, man, there's a 31-inch gap, and I know it doesn't have to move 31 inches, but even if you think about it, 28 inches, it has to move quite a bit. I'm not sure exactly how much. The bed's not exactly sitting where it needs to be. It needs to come forward a little bit more, so it'll be probably a little less. But still, even 20 inches is still a lot to close this gap. So my brain will keep that in mind as I focus on these projects here and just try to get this thing knocked out, because I really want to get that door open, swing it open, and hopefully it doesn't move and it stays lined up, and that would make it a great Friday. So here's my first piece I'm going to put on. I probably showed it in the last video where I sat there and folded it, but this is it. I marked it a ½ inch from the inside and then kind of about an inch in between. Of course, you get caught up into a little whatever, and you just kind of make up your own lines as you go. Just make it evenly spaced out. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. So now I'm just going to drill them. Here's my piece. It's done. So next, I'm going to put my eighth inch drill bit back in. I'm going to come back through. I'm going to drill through it, and then after I drill through it, I'm going to get me my clecos, and I will get my clecos in place. So I use my clecos. I'll set it in place once it's where it needs to be. And then I will pull one cleco off, tag it, pull another one off, tag it, and I'll be using my hammer to make sure it stays flat. So there we go. I don't know if y'all caught that, but that was cool. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. Will this door move, or will it stay lined up? I welded the floor to the cab. We're solid. So let's see what we did. Here we go. On my finger, and there it is. This side's a little bit hard. I can't figure out why it's touching, but it looks to have stayed lined up. I'm not sure. I'm about to tweak this door a little bit. It's a little bit hard. For those of you that caught it, y'all did see I didn't put any witness marks, so whenever I broke the weld, I saw it pop, but I didn't see whether it moved up and down. My line shows me that I'm still there, but I don't remember struggling this hard to open the door, so I'll tweak it. We'll get it there. All right, here we go. We'll go ahead and try this out. As you see, shuts, lines look good. After holding my finger down, because remember there's nothing back there to hold it, so just open this right up. Hop in my pickup. Okay, let me show you what I did on the other side. I made this kind of sits in here, and then this will fold up and it'll just something to cover this up, and this will be welded to that, and it'll be my piece. So when you open the door, you'll see that it'll be flat. It'll be nice. Transfer it to my sheet metal, and as you see, I left it a little bit long. That way, I'm able to do something with it. Let me cut it real quick. Ooh, that's hot. Let's see. So now, first bend. It's about 1 1/8 right here at the bend. So the one thing that I have to remember is this was for the left side, so that means this is for the right side, so it goes like this. So I have to make sure that I mark it on the right side. Oh, there it is. Mark it on the right side, so when I bend it, I'll bend it on the right side. That's kind of like the most important thing. You can take your template, fold it over, put a dot there, a dot there. Use that as a template to bend it. Look, I'll go bend it right now. All right, so we're here at the break. We've marked our 2 dots, but I had marked it just a while ago. This is our left side, so I don't want to mark our left side. So let me turn it around to this side. Turn my little flapper up. We're just gonna roll this live all the way through, because you know how I do it. So put this through right here. Make sure my dots are lined up. Pretty good, pretty good. Should have shaved these burrs off. Makes it a little bit harder to work with. There we go. Nice. All right. Boom, boom. There it is. Let's try it. See what we're working with. Like I said, we'll walk this through and see what we're. Look at this. Both doors open. Feels so good to be able to open the doors again. Put you all right here, angle you down just a little. All right, so we're here at the brake. We've marked our 2 dots, but I had marked it just a while ago. This is our left side, so I don't want to mark our left side. So let me turn it around to this side. Turn my little flapper up. We're just gonna roll this live all the way through, because you know how I do it. So put this through right here. Make sure my dots are lined up. Pretty good, pretty good. Should have shaved these burrs off. Makes it a little bit harder to work with. There we go. Nice. All right. Boom, boom. There it is. Let's try it. See what we're working with. Like I said, we'll walk this through and see what we're. Look at this. Both doors open. Feels so good to be able to open the doors again. Put you all right here, angle you down just a little. You can see what's going on. Oh, okay, well, we bent it the wrong way, so I guess we're just gonna have to do it again. How weird. I'll be right back. Now, all I did was just take it over there, put it on a hard surface, beat it back down, put it back in the brake, lined up my dots, bent it, and there we go. Not too shabby. So I already drew my line here, because what I'm going to end up doing is putting another brake in it, and so it'll sit kind of flat. It'll go up a little bit, and we'll meet up to this slip, and that's where we'll weld it. So I'm gonna take this to the brake and bend it. Give me a Now that we're done with the rear of the cab, it is time for the rocker. Now the rocker I'm pretty excited for, because once we finish the rocker, then we'll be done with the cab and we can get started on the next step. I'm gonna measure from the inside there to the inside here. It's about 35. I'm gonna go ahead and do it about 36, just to give me enough meat in the back to be able to weld onto the plate some more. I'll do more spot welds, just make it extra strong. So I'll start with that 36 by, I want to say, by 7. 36 by 7. Yeah, we'll do 36 by 7. That way we can go ahead and line it up to the bottom of the inner plate on the A-pillar, on the inside of the A-pillar that we made earlier, that I had used for a brace that we ended up cutting because that looks ugly. I just put it on there to brace it, and then I welded more on there. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm gonna cut it all out. It just looks way nicer without it, especially now that we are one piece. So to the cutting table we shall go. So I will make that'll be the inner rocker, and I will make the inner rockers out of white card poster board. I can't remember if it was 6 or 7. I just want to do it once. I'm going to say 6. So what I did was I put the line on the 7 and I marked it on the 1. That gives me my 6 inches. I do it that way because I feel it's a little more accurate. Maybe not as accurate as a metric, but we can argue about that. So, well, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go back there and measure and make sure it's 6. Okay, so it's 7. 7 it is. So I'll come back over here. I'll put this on the 8. I'll mark my dot on the 1. Come over here again, put it on the 8. Mark my dot on the 1. Now I'll come across the whole thing. And there is 7 inches. So it was 7 by 36. Now, do we have 36? Let's measure. Probably not. 28. So, time to get my great tool, the cutter. So when I first got into doing hot rods and, making patterns, doing stuff like that, I realized